Hello, my friend. If you're watching this, I think I know the feeling you might be carrying right now. It's that heavy, quiet knot in your stomach, the one that tightens every time you look at your phone and see his name, or more accurately, don't see it. The one that makes you check and recheck your messages, wondering if the Wi-Fi is down, if your notifications are broken. Anything to explain the silence. It's the ache of being ignored. And it's one of the most profoundly painful experiences in modern dating. Because it's not a clean break. It's not a conversation. It's a void. And our minds, in their desperate attempt to make sense of the void, fill it with the worst possible things. What did I do wrong? Is he with someone else? Am I not enough? That silence becomes a screaming chorus of your deepest insecurities. You feel powerless, you feel disposable, and the most human, instinctive reaction to that feeling is to chase, to fill the silence, to send that "is everything okay?" text, to double text, to try and remind him you exist, that you're fun, that you're pretty, that you're worth talking to. It's like trying to hand your self-worth to someone who has just walked away, begging them to please hold it for you. But what if I told you that the power to change this dynamic isn't in his hands? It's in yours. And it has nothing to do with games or manipulation. It has everything to do with psychology, self-respect, and a fundamental shift in your energy. The painful truth is, men often come back not when you beg them to, but when you silently show them that you are perfectly capable of living and thriving without them. They come back when the version of you they left in the silence is not the same version they find on the other side. Today, we're going to talk about the 6 things you do that create that powerful shift. This isn't about winning a man back. This is about you reclaiming your power so completely that his return becomes a choice you get to make from a place of strength, not a desperate plea from a place of lack. So, take a deep breath with me, in and out. Let's untangle that knot, together. The foundation. Understanding the why, the psychology of the pullback. Before we get to the 6 things, we have to understand the playground we're on. This isn't just about feelings, it's about hardwired human psychology, especially in how many men are conditioned to relate to pursuit and space. Men are often the pursuers in the early stages. It's a dance, and they typically lead the chase. But what happens when the chase is over? Or when things get too real, too intimate, too close? For some, it triggers a primal need for space. It's not always conscious or malicious. It can be a panic response to feeling their independence is threatened. Your need for connection can feel, to him, like a cage starting to form. And when he pulls away into silence and you chase, you confirm that fear. You become the pressure. You become the weight on the door he's trying to close. Your chasing, while completely understandable, screams, "I need you to feel complete." And that is, frankly, terrifying to someone who is feeling smothered. Conversely, when you give him space, you do something extraordinary. You silently communicate, "I am complete on my own. Your presence is a wonderful addition to my life, but it is not the source of my life." This is disarming. It's counterintuitive. It removes the pressure. And in that vacuum of pressure, something fascinating happens. Curiosity is born. He's left alone with his own thoughts. He no longer has your texts to react to or your anxiety to manage. He's left with silence. And in that silence, he starts to wonder, is she not bothered? What is she doing? Did she even care? The dynamic flips. The pursuer now feels unpursued, and the human brain is wired to want what it can't have, or rather, what isn't desperately clinging to it. So, with that foundation in mind, let's dive into the 6 actions that leverage this psychology, not to play a game, but to rebuild your soul, and in the process, become irresistibly magnetic. Thing number 1, the radical embrace of silence. Become a black hole. This is the first, hardest, and most important step. When he ignores you, you must become a black hole of silence. I know how hard this is. Your finger hovers over the screen. Your mind crafts a dozen casual messages. Saw this meme and thought of you, Lowell. Hope you're having a good week. Every fiber of your being is screaming to make contact. It feels like if you just send something, the agonizing uncertainty will end. But it won't. It will only prolong it. So, what does it mean to be a black hole? It means that any signal he sends out, any text, any call, any late-night hey, disappears into you without a trace. No echo, no response, nothing. This is not the silent treatment born of punishment. This is the silent empowerment born of self-preservation. You are not doing this to him. You are doing this for you. The emotional journey. The first 24 hours will feel like a withdrawal. You'll feel anxious, jittery, desperate. Acknowledge that feeling. Say to yourself, this is the addiction to his validation talking. This pain is a sign that I gave someone else too much power over my peace. Feel the pain, but don't act on it. Every time you want to text him, text a friend instead. Or write it down in a notes app. Scream into a pillow. Go for a run until your lungs burn. Do anything but break the silence. The psychological shift. From his perspective, your silence is deafening. His ignore was a test whether he knew it or not, a test to see how you would react. By not reacting, you pass the test with flying colors. You show a level of emotional fortitude and self-control that is incredibly attractive. It communicates that you are not easily shaken, that your world does not orbit around his attention. He expected a ripple, and you gave him nothing. That nothing is the loudest message you can send. It creates a vacuum, and nature and human curiosity abhors a vacuum. Thing number 2, the unbreakable focus on your own world. Live in full-color silence alone is powerful, but if you're just sitting in your room staring at the wall in silence, you're not actually shifting your energy. You're just a quiet, anxious mess. The silence must be active. It must be filled with a vibrant, undeniable focus on your own life. This means you have to live, and I mean really live. Get out of the house. Go to that yoga class you've been skipping. Finally start the pottery course. Dive into that work project with all your passion. Clean your apartment until it sparkles. Reorganize your bookshelf by color. Make plans with your friends, the ones you maybe neglected a little while you were wrapped up in him. Go to a movie by yourself and lose yourself in the story. And here's the crucial part. Do not post about it for him. This isn't about creating a highlight reel to make him jealous. That is still a form of chasing. It's just more subtle. Look how happy I am without you is still a message directed at him. True focus on your own world is done for the pure, unadulterated joy of it. For you. The emotional journey. At first it will feel like you're acting. You'll be at brunch with your friends, laughing, and in the back of your mind a little voice will whisper, I wish he could see me now. That's okay. Acknowledge the thought and gently bring your focus back to your friend's story, back to the taste of the food, back to the feeling of the sun on your skin. With time, the act becomes real. The fake smile becomes a genuine one. You start to remember who you were before him. You reconnect with the parts of yourself that he never even knew. The psychological shift. Humans are drawn to energy. If your energy is desperate, needy, and focused on his absence, it's repelling. If your energy is passionate, focused, and joyful, directed towards your own life, it becomes a magnetic force. He will sense this shift, even from a distance. He might hear through mutual friends that you're doing great. He'll see, without you telling him, that your life is moving forward, with or without him. This shatters his assumption that you're sitting around pining for him. It introduces an element of doubt. Wait, she's not falling apart. Maybe I misjudged her. Maybe she's stronger than I thought. Maybe I'm the one missing out. Thing number 3, the reclamation of your social proof. You are the prize. This builds directly on thing number 2. One of the most powerful psychological triggers is social proof. We are hardwired to want what others want. If a restaurant is full, we assume it's good. If a book is a bestseller, we assume it's worth reading. And if a woman is surrounded by love, laughter, and admiration, a man's subconscious mind registers, she is high value, she is the prize. When you're being ignored, the temptation is to isolate, to curl up in a ball with your pain, to cancel plans and hide. You feel undesirable, so you act undesirable. You break the very social connections that prove your desirability. Your mission is to do the opposite. Immerse yourself in your community. And I'm not just talking about your girlfriends. I'm talking about mixed company. Go to that group hike. Attend that networking event. Have playful, flirty conversations with other men. Not to start something, but to remember that you can. To remember that you are interesting, charming, and captivating. The emotional journey. The first time you get dressed up to go out after being ignored, it will feel like a monumental effort. You might cry while putting on your mascara. That's okay. Let the tears fall, then wipe them away and walk out the door. When you're out, you might feel a pang of sadness seeing other couples. Notice it, and then turn to the person next to you and ask them a genuine question about themselves. Get out of your own head and into the world. It's a muscle you have to retrain. The psychological shift. Humans have a radar for value. When he sees, directly or indirectly, that you are a social, beloved person with a full life and options, his perception of you changes dramatically. The version of you he ignored was the one-dimensional version that existed only in relation to him. The version he sees now is a multi-dimensional, vibrant woman with a world of her own. You are no longer just the girl who likes him. You are the amazing woman who has a fantastic life, whom he used to date. This triggers a deep-seated fear of loss. The thought shifts from, she's always there if I want her, to, if I don't act, someone else will recognize her value, and she will be gone for good. You force him to reevaluate his decision. Thing number 4, the strategic use of passing the torch. Let him see the light. This one requires immense subtlety and integrity. It's not about fake drama or creating jealousy. It's about a quiet, undeniable demonstration that your heart and your attention are valuable commodities that you are willing to redirect. Passing the torch means you mentally and emotionally transfer the energy you were investing in him onto other, more worthy recipients. This could be a new hobby, a career goal, your friends, your family, or even the potential for romance with others. The key is to let this be sensed, not announced. You don't post a picture with another man. You don't change your relationship status. That's aggressive and transparent. Instead, you become subtly unavailable. If he does finally reach out after a period of silence, you don't jump. You respond with warmth, but with a slight delay. Your tone is friendly but not eager. You might end the conversation first. It was great to hear from you. I'm just heading out to dinner with friends. Talk soon. Then you put your phone away and actually go. You've passed the torch of your attention, your urgency, your emotional availability. You have handed it to your own life. The emotional journey. This feels terrifying because you're worried you'll push him away for good. You have to embrace the mantra, if he is pushed away by me having a life, then he was never truly mine to keep. It requires you to trust that a man who is truly meant for you will be attracted to your independence, not threatened by it. The psychological shift. This activates the principle of scarcity. As long as he believed your attention was in infinite guaranteed supply, he could devalue it. He could ignore it. But the moment he sees that your attention is a limited resource that you are happily giving to other parts of your life, its perceived value skyrockets. He realizes that your time and energy are precious. He is no longer the sole beneficiary. He has to get in line. This creates a powerful urge to re-secure his place at the front of it. Thing number 5, the mastery of unbothered emotion, the art of the pleasant glacier. When he does eventually come back, and if you do these things, the chances are high that he will, your reaction is everything. This is the moment of truth. All your hard work can be undone in a single emotionally charged response. He will likely test the waters with a low investment message. Hey, how have you been? A comment on your Instagram story. Your job is to be what I call a pleasant glacier. You are pleasant, friendly, polite, even warm. You are not cold, bitter, or punishing. But you are a glacier, solid, unmoved, and impossible to shift from your course. Your response should be light, brief, and unemotional. Him, hey, long time, how are you? You, after a reasonable delay. Hey, I'm great, thanks, been really busy and good, hope you're well too. That's it. No follow-up questions. No, I've missed you. No, where have you been? You give nothing away. You offer no emotional entry point. You are a cool, smooth surface. The emotional journey. Your heart will be pounding. You'll want to type a novel. You'll want to ask all the questions, to release all the pent-up emotion. This is the crucial moment to exercise restraint. See his message not as the finish line, but as the first tiny validation that your strategy is working. Do not reward his minimal effort with your maximum emotional output. The psychological shift. This response is disorienting and intriguing in the best possible way. He expected either cold hostility or eager relief. He gets neither. He gets a cheerful, impenetrable wall. This doesn't compute in his brain. The chase circuitry is now fully activated. He has to work to figure you out. Why is she so unbothered? Is she over me? Is she seeing someone else? The pleasant glacier forces him to up his game. It forces him to move from a lazy, hey, to a more invested, I'd really like to see you and catch up properly. You have set a new, higher standard for the level of effort required to access you. Thing number 6, the internal rewiring. Become the woman who doesn't need him to come back. This is the final and most profound thing. It's the meta skill that makes all the others possible and authentic. You must do the internal work to become a woman whose sense of worth is so internally generated that his return becomes a pleasant possibility, not a life-saving necessity. This is where you move from strategy to soul work. You must actively challenge the story that his rejection wrote about you. I am not enough. You must replace it with a new story. You do this through action and affirmation. Every time you choose silence over chasing, you are telling yourself, my peace is more important than his attention. Every time you go to the gym, you are telling yourself, I am committed to caring for this body. Every time you pour yourself into your work, you are telling yourself, I am capable and talented. Every time you laugh with a friend, you are telling yourself, I am loved and valued. You build some evidence for your own worth, brick by brick, until the fortress of your self-esteem is so strong that his opinion of you can no longer breach the walls. The emotional journey. This is a slow, non-linear process. Some days you'll feel like a powerful queen. Other days, the old wounds will ache. On those days, be kind to yourself. Talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. I know it hurts. He was important to you, but his silence is a reflection of him, not a measure of you. You are still whole. The psychological shift and the ultimate outcome. When you achieve this state, your energy transforms completely. You radiate a quiet, unshakable confidence. You are no longer waiting for him. You are living your life for you. And this is the most magnetic force in the universe. Men, and people in general, are drawn to those who are confident in their own value. A man can feel when a woman is with him because she chooses him, not because she needs him. That is the foundation for a healthy, lasting relationship. And here is the beautiful, ironic twist. When you truly, deeply, in your soul, become the woman who doesn't need him to come back, that is precisely when he is most likely to realize what he's lost and come back with genuine, sustained effort. But by then, something even better may have happened. You may have realized that you don't need him at all, and you get to decide, from a place of empowered choice, whether the man who once found it so easy to ignore you deserves a place in the glorious life you've built without him. Your power, your choice. So these are the 6 things. They are not a quick fix. They are a journey back to yourself. 1. The radical embrace of silence to stop the chase. 2. The unbreakable focus on your own world to rebuild your joy. 3. The reclamation of your social proof to demonstrate your value. 4. The strategic use of passing the torch to show your attention is scarce. 5. The mastery of unbothered emotion to hold your frame when he returns. 6. The internal rewiring to become the source of your own worth. This path is difficult. It requires you to act against every insecure, heartbroken instinct in your body. But it is the only path that leads you back to your own power. The goal is not to become a master manipulator. The goal is to become a master of yourself. To use the pain of being ignored as the fuel for your own magnificent transformation. You are not a passive participant in your love life. You are the author. His silence is just a blank page. Don't fill it with desperate pleas. Fill it with the story of a woman who learned to love herself so fiercely that the world had no choice but to love her too. I believe in you. Now, go and build a life so beautiful that you have to check your schedule to see if he can fit in. Take care of yourself. Until next time.